The nitrogen cycle is a biogeochemical cycle involving the flow of nitrogen and the conversion of itself into various chemical forms as it cycles throughout terrestrial, marine, and atmospheric environments. The nitrogen cycle involves multiple processes, such as fixation, assimilation, ammonification, nitrification, and denitrification, among other processes. These may be carried out by either physical or chemical means. The nitrogen cycle is of particular interest due to its unseen yet enormous effect on terrestrial and marine ecosystems. Alterations of the said cycle could bring about drastic changes to ecosystems and, by extension, human life.
Overview of sulfur cycle. Sulfur is considered to be an essential factor for the macroelements of the macromolecules of living things. Proteins consist of amino acids which contain sulfur atoms. Sulfur cycles between the oceans, land, and atmosphere. Sulfur is important for the flora environment, for the function of proteins and enzymes in plants, and in animals which depend upon plants for sulfur. Plants absorb sulfur when it is dissolved in water. Animals consume these plants so that they take up enough sulfur to maintain their health.
Have you ever stopped and stared at the beauty of our environment? Probably the most noticeable is the stunning flowers and plants around us. Moving over, have you ever wondered what a group of plants is called? Well, it is called Flora. The word flora is derived from the Latin word that means flowers. In short, flora is the plant life in our ecosystem. Anthropogenic effects are the human impact on our environment. From the word itself, anthropogenic, meaning it is derived from human activities. Let me give you an example. Air pollution, soil erosion, water pollution, and many more. What do you think is the main cause of it? Well, the answer is human activities. We can't deny the fact that what we do that is best for us humans is bad for our environment. Isn't it ironic? Innovating our said to be home is what also destroys it more and more. Humans depend on the rich biodiversity of our earth for survival. This is where we find clothes to wear, foods to eat, air we breathe, and many more. And without it, we are nothing.
The term anthropogenic assigned as impact or item coming about because of human movement. The term was first utilized in the specialized sense by Russian geologist Alexei Pavlov, and it was first utilized in English by British geologist Arthur Tansley regarding human effects on pig plant communities. The climate researcher Paul Crutzen present the expression anthropogenic. In the mid-1970s, the term is now and then utilized with regard to contamination. Eliminates that are created from human action since the beginning of the agricultural revolution. Yet, the addition applies comprehensive to all significant human effects on the environment. Many of the activities taken by people that add to the war situation come from the consuming of petroleum products from assortment of sources. For example, power vehicles, planes, space, farming, fabricating, or the annihilation of forests.
We all know how important the nitrogen and sulfur cycle not only to us human beings, but to all living and non-living things. Imagine living on a planet that doesn't have nitrogen and sulfur. Will you survive? Obviously, you wouldn't. Nitrogen is the most abundant element in our atmosphere. Thus, it is crucial in our daily living. Meanwhile, sulfur is also significant, especially among plants and animals, as this is what makes up their proteins and vitamins. Furthermore, animals, especially herbivores, depend on the plants for sulfur in order to live a healthy life. Despite that, balancing these elements is also crucial, as too much or too less of it is also bad not only for our environment, but also for living and non-living things. In every effect, there is always a cause. Human activities are primarily the main cause of too much sulfur and nitrogen in our atmosphere. Burning of fossil fuels like coal and natural gas is what caused the dramatic increase of nitrogen and sulfur in our atmosphere.
How does this affect the flora environment? We take up most of the space on Earth, which indicates that every decision or move we make can significantly affect our surroundings. As a result, we are the ones who are liable for inducing negative shifts in the environment that greatly affected various plant species. Humans negatively impact the flora or plant environment in many ways, but few of the many damaging routines that humans do almost every day are, for example, dumping pollutants into soils, which greatly affect the growth of various species. Second, cutting down an entire forest just for us to benefit from it. And lastly, the prolific burning of fossil fuels resulting in global climate change.
It is indeed that the Earth is sick today, and the main reason is us humans. We are responsible for the Earth's condition today. Environmental awareness is important to each and every one of us. We must understand its movement first for us to know how we can contribute to promote this. So what is the ideology? Simple, for us humans to respect, protect, preserve the natural world from the anthropogenic afflictions. We have these thoughts that we're still students, so we don't have much to contribute to make our Earth better. But these are wrong. In our own little ways, we can help to contribute to spread awareness. But first, we must know ourselves about the environmental issues that is happening today. For us to be able to explain it better, there are many ways to spread awareness in our environment, like engaging community, family, or friends into conversation about these particular issues. We can also invite them to join activities that are helpful to the environment. And as students, we can promote environmental awareness through media. We can promote this through different platforms like posters, arts, or video. In that way, we can use our voice to save the environment. It is important for us to understand how fragile our environment is and how we must protect our environment because the future of the next generation is in our hands. We must act now.